This video is made using AI-generated voices and meant to be parody and entertainment only, and is no way meant to politicize or shame any persons, living, real, or otherwise.
All right, Don Meister, what do you got for us this time?
Yeah, this had better be good. I was just on a smoking hot roll and ladder using my Horus deck.
Horus deck? Ooh, you were winning with a Horus deck?
By Horus deck, I think Barry Boy actually means he was using one of his many meta decks featuring the Horus engine, just like when he was using Tierlist.
Hey, don't hate the playa. Yu-Gi-Oh is always perfectly balanced according to Max C.
All right, settle down, Mulchummy Barry, and check out my shizzle all out this rizzle.
All right, Donnie, what exactly drizzles your brizzles?
Well, Mrs. Frizzle, while I was yizzle my whizzles in my shiny new zizzle, I thought, wouldn't it be great if I could have a lane all to myself?
What in tarnation? You speaking problem-solving card text ease? Because I didn't understand a lick of that.
He means he was driving his new car and hit New York traffic?
You speak card text ease, Barack?
No, but years of watching these two clowns mudslinging each other has forced me to learn the language of monkeys.
Yeah, haha, laugh it up you two anyways. I was thinking, how cool would it be to live in New Domino City with lanes and highways solely dedicated to turbo dueling?
Oh man, would that be the coolest thing ever. I could just imagine myself in my trusty Harley Davidson tearing up the highway like there's no tomorrow. Oh, just as long as I get back by bedtime, my mom doesn't like me staying up past 7.
Joey, I've seen your Harley Davidson, and it's even older than you are. Also, how's your mom gonna know you're staying past 7? You're literally like 150.
Wait, you mean Kamala's not my mom?
Back to why we're here, let me guess you want us to rank 5D's locations?
Not just 5Ds, we're gonna rank every primary city in all of Yugioh.
Ooh, now that's something you don't see every day. Scene transition.
All right then, partner, before we start, let's say we set some ground rules. What exactly counts as a primary city in Yugioh?
I'd say it'd be the main city that each of our proprietary protagonists live in for most of the anime. So like Duel Academy, Heartland City, Miami City, and the like.
All right, sounds like a plan. Then, if we're going with series order, what's our y'all's opinion on Domino City?
In America.
You know, to be perfectly honest, I can't really remember all that much about regular old Domino.
Ha. Old age getting to you, bushy boy?
Well, I don't think you're the best one to be saying that yourself, Joe.
Who are you people, and what are you all doing in my cyber jar?
Well, that's new. Haven't heard that one yet.
I'm kind of with Doubly on this one. OG Yugioh isn't really known for its Domino City locations, and aside from Battle City and the Seal of Orichalco's Arc, mainly has the cast going to different places around the globe.
There's more to do in Domino in the manga and Season 0, but for purposes of this tier list, I don't think we should include those.
Wait, was Burger World in Duel Monsters?
Of course, Donnie, the Hippo Carnival Don Meister would care about Burger World.
Hey, having your own fictional fast food chain is the mark of a good anime.
Spoken like a true Persona 5 fan.
Speaking of Persona 5, check out the latest episode of President's Duel, which is out on the channel right now.
Nice plug, Joe, but if memory serves me, Burger World plays a bigger role in Season 0 as well as the manga. However, in Duel Monsters, it makes a minor appearance in a flashback scene, repurposed to better fit the plot.
Other than that, you've got the main square, Grandpa's game shop, some canals, and a high school.
Don't forget Kaibaland.
Oh yeah, Kaibaland's a big one.
I'd say other than Kaibaland, it's basically just Japan.
In America.
Nothing more, nothing less, at least compared to later series, which include more fantastical elements. I say we just put it at rogue tier, completely average.
All right then, next is everyone's favorite privately owned billion-dollar island, Duel Academy.
Now that's a location with style.
Lush forests, a lighthouse, beautiful beaches.
I don't think they actually used the beaches in any episode, but according to the picture on the wiki, there is what looks like some kind of beach on the south side.
Even in my advanced Shokan age, even I can remember most of the island's features. Even the classrooms, and especially the nurse's office.
Oh, hubba. That nurse can shuffle and cut my deck any day of the week.
Wait, aren't you like married, Barack?
Oh, come on, man. I've seen your Dark Magician Girl shrine in your room, and besides, you're married too.
Wait, Duel Academy has a nurse?
Joe, you wouldn't like her. She's too old for you, ironically. Creepy sheepy aside, Kaiba's one rich son of a gun to be able to build football-sized dual stadiums for the students, as well as that huge castle dorm for Abolisque Blues.
Oh yeah, it was mentioned that Kaiba was one of the ones who made the school. I forgot about that.
I gotta say, partners, the school store's where my favorite place is at, on account of that one Golden Egg Witch episode sticking in my mind.
And the video games? Exploring the school's got to be one of the best experiences in all of pre-Duel Links and Master Duel Yu-Gi-Oh!
Although the anime wasn't just confined to Duel Academy, it's got to be one of the top 3 Yu-Gi-Oh locations, if not number 1.
All right then, King of Games tier it is.
Next is the one I'm sure Donnie's been waiting to rank.
Riding Duel. Acceleration.
The hell was that?
Oh, don't worry, it's probably just Ben and the studio crew in the back, since their voices aren't banned in 11 Labs because reasons.
Anyways, Neo-Domino City, or just the city in Japan, has got to be one of the most interesting places in Yugioh.
I don't know, Big O, an entire city themed around a theme park's pretty neat too, but that's the next one.
I've got to say, the way the entire city's highway lanes change just for Turbo Duelists just puts the pudding in the mattle shake.
I don't think the lanes shift until after the Dark Signer arc, but yeah, those lanes do put the tiara in my misu.
It's probably pretty horrible for regular traffic, though.
You've got other cool world-building locations too, like the clock shop Martha's Place in Satellite, that one bridge that I can never pronounce the name of, plus an offshoot of Duel Academy with that one ancient gear cameo.
Not to mention all of Sector Security.
If it were up to me, I'd have a whole lot of them sent to the Shadow Realm with their horrible dual loss streak.
Hey, if anything, we need even more of them. Sure, they might not have the power of main character plot armor, but my man Trudge in the Dark Signer arc is the shining beacon of what all those on the Force should be.
あの子、拓也だってね、お父さんを強盗事件で亡くしてるんだ。でもその時に、懸命に父さんを救助活動してくれたセキュリティの人が忘れられないって。将来セキュリティになるんだって。
だから俺にまとわりついて。あ、でもよ、サテライト出身じゃセキュリティにはなれないぜ。
この世には絶対にダメなんてことはないんだよ。
マサ、
ほら、拓也、行きな。
マサ、ダメだ、諦めるな。
拓也を頼んだよ。あんたは拓也のヒーローなんだから。
何がヒーローだ。俺はあんたたちサテライトの人間を侮辱して。
優勢、牛尾さんと拓也くんが。
優勢、こっちは大丈夫だ。だからお前は早くデュエルに勝ち上がれ。頼むぞ、牛尾。
God bless our boys in blue, well gray, in this case.
All right, cool your jet synchrons, you too, before we get kicked off of this platform for political impersonation, sick people virus misinformation, or whatever arbitrary reason that YouTube refuses to explain.
How about we just put this in King of Games, tier ahead of Duel Academy, on account of it has more lore and world building than our Fusioning Fusion friends.
Sounds good to me.
All right, next is Heartland City, which, Joe, I'm sure you have some things to say about the funny, fun, Funland.
Oh boy, you bet. An entire city centered around a theme park? It's the best place on Earth. Plus, it's one of the only series to feature ice cream.
Not sure why that's the detail that you remember, Sleepy Joe, but yeah, out of all the different series, Heartland's probably the most distinct theming-wise.
We've got cool locations like that huge multi-floored mall, the school, the amusement park itself, and the dueling lodge.
Actually, aside from GX and the DM manga, I think Zexel has the most amount of time where the characters actually go to school.
Ooh, school episodes are great. You get to see all of the little children and all of their little cool school.
I swear, Joe, if I have to call Jill in here again.
What? I was just going to say that while most people prefer heavy plot, having a nice regular school episode every now and then where they can just be kids really helps with the world building. Kind of like how they had those filler episodes of Naruto in between each arc. It really fleshed out the village and made it seem like there was an actual living, breathing world that continued even without the presence of our main characters.
That's strangely coherent coming from you, Joe.
If a melodious fusion monsters is special summoned to your field while this card is face up in your extra deck, you can place this card to your pendulum zone. You can only use each monster effect of Refrain the Melodious Songstress once per turn.
Never mind, we've lost him again.
While I do love the concept of Heartland City, and the city itself is super gorgeous, I don't think it has quite the amount of world building Neo Domino has, so I say we put it into Tier 1. Still good, but not to the level as the previous two.
It's time for a commercial break in America. And we're back in America.
All right, then, let's move on to Arc 5's Miami City.
Also known as Paradise City in the English dub, this one is complicated.
It's got some locations for sure, mainly the Yugioh School Leo Corporation and the Gunganzaka Dojo, but other than that.
It's basically just a normal city.
Kind of basically, yeah.
For me, it's not really the city itself, it's,
The part that comes after, yeah?
basically, yeah.
The fact that they spend so little time in there, basically ditching it after the Miami tournament arc, is what no clap puts the hopping bopping rank down magic in the big oogly boogly for me.
I don't even know what you just said, and I still agree with you.
I don't think it's the worst city ever, but yeah, the amount of screen time puts it below DM Domino City.
I'd say it's even worse at third-rate duelist tier.
I love ya best deck pen magicians, but yeah, I gotta agree with Barry here.
All right, then, next is Den City.
Wait, what the Yada locks at Den City?
Well, that kind of says a lot already.
For those that don't remember or aren't aware, Din City is the name of the main city in Yugioh Brains, the city that most of the anime takes place.
Wait, that city actually has a name?
Yeah, but with the little world building spent there, I'm not surprised you didn't know it.
I'm assuming we're not counting Link Vrains as part of the city, but honestly, Link Vrains ain't exactly all that bursting at the seams with iconic locations either.
Agreed. Let's focus on what was shown in the city itself.
Well, there's a school that had, like, what, 2 minutes of screen time?
It's probably more than that, but oof, I know what you mean.
It's got, like this one, Cliffside that leads to Revolver's house and the Soul Technologies building and Playmaker's apartment that he barely spends time in.
Don't forget the hot dog stand.
I thought it was a sandwich stand.
My God, I hate that dub.
There was a dub?
Thank God for Japanese simulcast, Joe. The one thing I can praise about Crunchyroll, looking at you, Zexel.
Well, I, for one, think Blue Angel's high-rise apartment looks pretty neat if I do say so myself. And as a New Yorker, I can't ignore me a good hot dog / mobile virtual reality hacking truck thing.
While I wouldn't object to living in Blue Angel's popping penthouse patio place, unfortunately, we aren't here to rank how nice interiors are or how hot diggity dogging the hot dogs are. With how little world building there is, it doesn't really matter how much stuff there is if none of it feels lived in. This city ain't got diddly jack, and that ain't no Atlas.
I feel you, Barry. On the surface, it's basically got regular city vibes, but because of the lack of world building or slice of life hardy-cardy parties, I've got to rank it lower than the other two regular ones and put it into fourth-rate Duelist.
All right then, it's time to rank Goha City from Yugioh 7s.
Well, it's all right, I guess.
What do you mean by that, Donnie?
Well, coming off of Vrains, anything's better city-wise, but since it's a show for younger kids, there's not a whole lot going for it either.
Yeah, I know what you mean. Like, there's stuff there, but I don't think there's enough of the connecting tissue holding it all together for my Biden hallow brain of tallow to figure out.
Ah, I got you, botcha, caught you.
Please never say those 3 words in a sentence like that again.
What, so the delinquent duo can say them, but I can't?
Sure, the city's got stuff, Goha Tower, at least 7 different schools, a giant underground Setsuri labyrinth, and a strange obsession with space-themed restaurants, but it's more as if the locations in Goha City were created solely for each episode, rather than to serve as world building for an actual living, breathing city.
Which, to be fair, is pretty much what you're supposed to do with fictional locations, but when you want your audience to buy into it, you gotta disguise it more.
Especially when you're comparing your city to Neo Domino.
Although I still think Goha Tower is pretty cool, though. How about we put it right above DM Domino on the account of it's basically just a city, but with some extra quirks?
Sounds about right. I've got no complaints.
All right, then, next is Go Rush's Mutsuba Town.
Oh boy, man, this one's another doozy.
In terms of world building, this one's got the same perks and problems as Goha City, but basically times 5. 5 times the locations, 5 times the wacky, and 5 times the seemingly arbitrary locations that only serve to advance the plot.
Wait, are we counting that city underneath Mutsuba Town as part of the town?
If Undertown is listed as one of the locations of Bellwood in the Ben 10 wiki, then yeah, I'd say the same goes for here.
Mans can't stop talking about Ben 10.
Shut up, Obama. It's literally the first time I've mentioned it on this channel.
Yeah, and every other waking moment off channel, all you talk about other than Yugioh is Ben 10 and Green Lantern.
Hashtag bring back the Green Lantern animated series. That series is the GOAT.
One of the bad guys is voiced by the guy who voices SpongeBob.
Relax, young Razor. Our master's plan includes ample kills.
At this rate, our task will never end. We eliminate this one, his power ring will simply seek out a replacement Green Lantern.
Then we get to kill that one too.
Yeah, and Lex Luthor's voiced by Mr. Krabs.
We're not kidding, Clancy Brown is very talented.
They have no claim on Brainiac. Every single one of his parts is registered LexCorp property. Now, if you'll excuse me, I have a charity benefit to attend.
Hello, I like money.
Back to Yugioh, the town's got a bunch of random locations, some of them one-offs, others not.
Other than the UTS building, which I can't figure out if it's just an office building or if people actually live there, there's at least one park complete with basketball court, an udon shop, some kind of tournament maze thing, Zuijo's Bread Bakery, a movie lot, Mutsuba Tower, the MIK building, a Kappa laboratory, and a very specifically insect-themed rundown theme park.
And that's not even counting the underground part filled with aliens, complete with its own school system, apparently, and an evil demon lord-looking Colosseum castle.
Oh man, what'd I do for some alien bakery ice cream udon right about now?
Shut up, Joe. Space ramen is clearly the better option.
Is it weird that they never even mention school for the first 50 or so episodes, then it's suddenly the focus of several episodes of the second season?
Yes, very. But yeah, Mutsuba Town is basically just Goha City, but with even more quirks.
I think the quirks kind of adds to the town, or at least makes it stand out more, but without the world building connecting everything together, this one's just rogue tier, either ahead of or behind Domino, depending on if you like the randomness or not.
For the sake of this tier list, I say we put it ahead of Goha.
And that's all the towns. All right, boys, here's to another tier list of our favorite children's card game.
And to our lovely viewers back home, tell us where'd you rank these cities and what'd you like us to rank next. It really show our homie Kenyaki some support for this series, since they take a long time to make, and the President's Duel series even longer.
Ooh. But all this talk of alien Newton's getting me hungry. How about we grab a bite to eat after this?
Absolutely no way, Joe. We're getting ramen and that's the end of it.
Well, actually, fellas, I'm kind of in the mood for sushi.
All right, then we'll duel for it, but if I win, we're getting all three.
Deal.
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 Duel!